Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here with some more Friday Night Magic. Don't worry, this time I moved the camera over to the other side. People were asking me to do that and it made sense upon further thinking about it. This hand isn't that awful, so I guess we'll go ahead and keep it. Unfortunately, our opponent does get to play first. So today we're gonna be playing a blue and white deck. That's Azorius or Zorus or whatever. And the deck it's got a sort of a central focus around tapping your opponent's creatures. There's also some fun combos where you can take your opponent's creatures. But we got a pretty aggressive start here with the Elite Vanguard, and we can follow it up here with the Grasp of the Heromancer. And it gets a +1/+1 whenever this creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. So just think about that. If he plays a blocking creature right now, we attack, that triggers, we get to tap his creature, and all of this combines with us being able to steal his creatures with Willbreaker. There's some just really fun synergy that can take place here. All right, flying can block only creature with the flying. It wouldn't matter anyways. We're gonna tap it with the Heromancer, I believe. Anyway, our other option is to just play this guy. So he can't block, can block only creatures with flying. So since he can't block it, I suppose we could just play this creature right here, our 2/2 with Renown. That might work out pretty well. Let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna play our 2/2 with Renown. He can't block our 2/1, so our 2/1 is gonna go through regardless. It gives us less damage for this turn because we're attacking for only 2 instead of attacking for 3, but it's fine. It's not a huge deal. And I'm gonna be interested, I'm gonna try to decide which creature I wanna put this on, because if I put it on this, it's like really committing to this creature. It's pretty good strong anyway with the Renown. If I put it on this, then it makes him have to sort of choose between the two. So we'll see what we do. Unfortunately, we can't play any of our blue spells because we only have 1 island and 2 planes, which means we can't play the Claustrophobia. We can play the Frost Links though. Comes into play, we get to tap a creature, and that creature stays tapped during their next untap step as well. So that can work out pretty well for us. So lots of decisions to make. We'll have to see what he does next. But this is a fairly aggressive, primarily white with a splash of blue deck. And we can just win with just swinging with the creatures and tapping our opponent's stuff with the different effects, such as the Grasp of the Heromancer as well as the Frost Links. Or we can do that fun effect where we're stealing our opponent's creatures. So he's gonna Frost Links. I'm guessing he's gonna choose this one right here. Now what I'm likely to do is I'm gonna play my own Frost Links and I will tap his Frost Links. Or I could just play the Grasp and tap his Frost Links when I attack with that, but this also gives me another body in play, which I do like. So I think we're gonna go with the Frost Links ourselves. So we're gonna play a land, and we're gonna go ahead and play our Frost Links pre-combat, tapping his Frost Links. The Frost Links taps the Frost Links, and then we can swing for 2 as well. I'll show you the creature we just drew in just a moment. So swing for 2. We drew the Kytheon's Irregulars. It's a 4/3 with Renown 1, and plus we can tap 2 white to tap a creature at any point. But we're in a tough bind. We could really use a blue land. Even if we don't draw blue land, we still will have a play for next turn, but it's still kind of, we're not in the best of situations right now. It's still a little bit scary. And I think what I will do is I think we'll go ahead and put the Grasp on my Elite Vanguard. We're gonna spread out the strength of our creatures. We could also just Claustrophobia and hit for 6. Well, no, because when we hit, the hit's gonna go through anyways. We could play the Irregulars right now, which wouldn't be awful, but we might be able to win without Irregulars. So I'm gonna play the Grasp right now on this creature. With the Claustrophobias, I think we might be able to just win with our board. Okay, now I'm gonna swing for 2, 4, 6, 7 damage. We're gonna tap that so he can't block with this creature now. This 2/2 is also gonna turn into a 3/3 because it's got Renown. So this is a very good spot. Now next turn, we can Claustrophobia one of his creatures, we can tap the other one with our enchantment, and we could, well, we won't win next turn, but we could have him down to 1. We'll also have to see what he plays. He's gonna play a Frost Links, okay. Guessing he's gonna choose this one, the Elite Vanguard. Oh, he chooses the 3/3. That is an interesting decision. So I can still attack with both of these, so I can Claustrophobia 1. Okay, so he is gonna attack me with everything, wow. Well, that's gonna be tapped, so I can play the Irregulars right now. Yeah, we can play the Irregulars right now, which we will. Okay, we will play the Irregulars. I'm assuming he can't kill me, but I could be wrong. And I'm going to attack him with both of these because I want to set up a win for next turn. We're going to tap his blocking, his only available blocking creature. So the question is, can he deal us 11 damage right now? Now, we do have a blocker, which I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to sacrifice the irregulars. So since I'm willing to sacrifice the irregulars, I wonder if I should have just played Claustrophobia. Just to guarantee. We'll have to see, because he could have bounce, but I think there's a good chance that I win this game. But if he has bounce or further tapping, he's already played 2 Claustrophobia, so anything's possible. It does look like he's mono blue, interestingly enough. I say interesting because you don't see too many mono decks. Come on, man. It's such a bummer. All right, let's just, I guess, it doesn't matter between the Frostlinks and the Claustrophobia. Well, yes, it does, because this one makes sure a creature never untaps. So we're gonna go ahead and tap his 2/2. We will go ahead and tap his other 2/2. Excuse me, we played the Claustrophobia. So enters the battlefield, tap target creature, and enchanted creature doesn't untap during its untap step. And then we swing with everything. We tap his only blocking creature. So he is gonna die unless he can bounce back 2 of my creatures right now, which I'm assuming because the opponent left the game, they can't do, which means we just win the game, okay? Whatever. This is an interesting hand. It's not amazing, but I do like the 2 free blades. So I guess we'll keep it. The 2 free blades is very, very nice. Very, very, very nice. And I think we'll start off with an Evolving Wilds. And then we'll use this to dig, thin out our deck. And we'll use this to dig for a white since we already have the 2 blue. Okay, so we use this to dig for our planes. It's going to put the planes into play tapped. It's nice because it helps thin out our deck a little bit, which means we're not going to draw into that planes now. We get a better chance to draw into an actual card. And with 5 lands, that's basically about all this deck is really going to need anyways. All right, Gate Creeper Vine. So it's going to let him dig through for a land and put it into his hand, thinning out his own deck and also getting a nice blocking creature. Our free blades will be able to walk through that, but still. Let's go ahead and play a free blade right now. Vigilance, which means it doesn't tap when it attacks. Renown 1 means it'll pump up when it hits the opponent. That's a pretty sexy picture too. Look at that, very cool looking. Throwing out the dagger toward thine opponent or whatever weapon that is. Okay, so I will. Do I save this for? I will attack because it has vigilance anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Target non-land permanent to owner's hand. That's actually pretty good. It's a pretty good card for me to play right now. Returning that to his hand will really delay him quite a bit. So I think I will do that. So first things first, we're going to attack for 2. I'll see what he decides to do. I doubt he's going to trade, but if he decides to trade, I will just let it happen. Because that's a value trade for me. Okay, he just lets it go through. Interesting. So that's going to pump the guy up now. Now what I will do is I can choose between playing the Free Blade or playing the Disperse. I think I will play the Disperse because there's a chance he could trigger that next turn, and I like to delay that possible trigger as much as I can. So this forces him to replay it before he can even think about triggering it. And he might be forced to deal with my big creatures, which will with spells, which will prevent him from being able to make too much use of that. So all this stuff I really like. Okay, so I guess we will play the Irregulars right now. This will let us tap a creature, which could be very good to use against her. And I will attack him with a 3/3. I should have just attacked first to make my opponent make a decision if he wants to block or not, and then play a creature. It's a lot of times it's just a wise move to swing first. So now I'm concerned because he's got the possibility of he needs to trigger this 3 times, which means he has to play 2 additional spells, red spells. So he's gonna hit me once. It looks like he's gonna flip it now, I guess. Apparently, he's gonna play Infectious Bloodlust. Where's he putting that on? Chandra? Putting it on her. Isn't that a wall though? Can it not? Oh, it's a plant. It's not a wall. Okay, interesting. That's a second, and then looks like he's gonna be able to do a third right now. Does the Firecraft for 4 damage, chooses this creature. Okay. All right, and then he triggers it a third time. So there's Chandra. Chandra is now in play, ready to rock. +1, 2 damage to target player. -2, 2 damage to target creature. Chandra deal, okay. So I can attack that. This thing has to attack, so he's not gonna be able to block. Oh my goodness, this is fine. Oh, he did it post-combat phase, I see. Okay, so we're gonna move into combat. I'm gonna choose to hit that, and he'll be able to block, but then his creature will die. So it's okay. So +1 gives it, okay. All right, so we're gonna move into combat phase. And I'm gonna swing towards that, and he can just block it with his wall now. So the counters stay on Chandra. So next turn he can do -2 to deal 2 damage to target creature. So that means I don't want to play the Free Blade. The Free Blade will just die. Well, if it does, then he's -2. So I will play the Free Blade. If he wants to kill this, then his Chandra, there's a good chance his Chandra will die. So he's gonna kill. Oh, he's gonna do +1. So he's doing it to me. So does he have 2 blockers now? Let's see what he has for blockers. This is gonna be a very interesting turn. He plays, oh goodness, a 6/6 with Renown 6. Can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. That's very bad. I'm in a lot of trouble. Holy crap, I'm in a lot of trouble. 6 damage to each opponent. I need a tap, I need a claustro, I need something. I have all lands, which is not good. We're gonna go for Chandra again. He's gonna block and kill a 3/3. 2 goes through, this puts it down to 3 counters. Yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble. If I don't draw one of my perma taps for this guy, then I'm probably just done for. So we've gotten a bit of mana flood, which is a huge bummer. So hopefully what this means is we're just going to be top decking not mana going forward. Basically, if we draw one more land, we probably just lose the game. So this thing's going to become a 12/12 after this turn. It's going to go ahead and throw away the Foundry, which gives him 2 1/1 blockers, which will help protect him against that. We're going to let the 6 go through. Man, oh man. So that becomes a 12/12 now. Let's see what we draw. Another land! Well, that's pretty much the game. Bye-bye. That mana flood was super unfortunate. This hand is also unfortunate. Okay, this is not bad. We'll keep this one. That was just bad, bad, bad. Just bad, bad, bad. I don't know what else to say. This guy mulliganed down to 4 cards. There's actually like a ranking system now, so it's really bad if you mulligan down this low. Mulligan down to 4. This, we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he kicks my ass and I'm laughing at him for nothing. Plays a Rogue's Passage. I'm gonna guess just by seeing that he will, in fact, not kick my ass. So the one that I want to play right now, we can play the Lieutenant with First Strike and Renown. If it's Renown, another tank. That's really good. We can also play the Dauntless. It's +1/+1 as long as you control island. That'll be next turn. We play this guy. Answer battlefield, search for a land. We can wait for that. Let's play the Lieutenant or the Free Blade. Let's play the Lieutenant since it has First Strike. We'll play the Lieutenant. So the Knight only really, it's really good if the opponent has more lands than me. It's a battlefield. If your opponent controls more lands than you may search your library for a Plains card, put it in the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. So I'm probably going to do that next turn, because I'm going to get a free Plains right into play. And then I'm pretty sure I can still play my land for the turn, because I think those count as separate instances, basically. I'm fairly certain that that's how that works. So we're going to play the Knight, which should trigger, because he's got 3 lands, and we only have 2. So we get to get a Plains, put it into play, and then we still get to play our land for the turn. That is awesome. And then with the land for the turn, I guess we'll go with the Free Blade here. And then I attack for 2. So if he's smart, he will block this because the Renown effect is huge. And he doesn't want me to have that Renown effect. If he can delay it as long as possible, good for him. Unfortunately, he's got the Foundry of the Consoles, but the problem is he's way far off from being able to trigger that. If he could trigger that, like if he can do some land fetch, if he has like a Cultivate or something, whenever a creature with power 3 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you draw a card. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. That guy gets +1/+1. I think we're actually gonna play him. Oh, we can play both of them. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're gonna play both of them, as well as the Evolving Wilds, in which we'll search through for a blue land. But first, let's go ahead and attack for 2, 4, 6. And he's not gonna die next turn, but he's gonna be very low. He's gonna be very, very low next turn. Okay, so there's the blue. Good, excellent, excellent. That gets pumped up. He gets pumped up. The Orchard Knight doesn't, but the Orchard Knight will get pumped up next turn when he attacks because he's got Renown. Other attack creatures I control get +1/+1 till end of turn. So that's gonna be a lot of damage next turn. When he casts an elf spell, I put him with a 1/1 elf into play. He also gets to draw a card off of that. You know, he's got a decent thing going on here, just not fast enough. As you can see, since the opponent decided to leave the game. Now let's see if we do actually win here. We're gonna tap this creature. We got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That is more than enough. Holy crap. I don't know, man. Even if he didn't have to mulligan so low, this was an incredibly aggressive opener. Look at all of that damage. Wow! What the hell? There you go. Beautiful. Not a good hand. Looks a little bit better. I won't exactly call it amazing, but it looks a little bit better. That could be really good. All right. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna start off with our Evolving Wilds, and we're gonna search through for a blue. Search through for a blue here. There we go. And then next turn we can play Glacial Forest as well as the Dauntless River Marshal. Turn after we can play the Thief. Gosh, if this Thief, oh my gosh. If this Thief, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. The card draw, dream. All right, so do I play the Dauntless or do I play the Free Blade? I guess the Free Blade will be better early on because it's got more health and it's got Vigilance. So I guess we'll go ahead and play the Free Blade right now. I like the Vigilance and I like the extra health once the Renowned is triggered. This would come into play with extra health because it would be a it'd be a 3/2 out the gate. But I don't anticipate him dealing 2 damage right now unless he plays a okay, I was gonna say if he plays a mountain right now we could deal with direct damage, but he shouldn't be able to kill this right now. I mean, man, if we could get that Thief going, enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter target creature. So that's gonna get a 1/1 counter. So that sucks. He's gonna be able to trade, but I guess I just let that happen, huh? I could return this to his hand. I don't have to let that happen. Whatever he plays next turn, I can bounce back to his hand. So let's attack for 2. If he'll likely go for the trade, because the trade makes sense in his position. Unless he had something to pump up his creature or something. So he goes for the trade. Now we play the Thief, and then next turn, we bounce back whatever creature he plays, and we're gonna be able to hit with the Thief. Unless he gets 2 creatures in play this turn, this play is gonna work. And getting card draw can be very good, especially now that I'm kind of, the lands are sputtering for me. I'm out, and I'm relying on top decks. So to get a couple of card draws can be really huge. So I think I will use the Disperse this turn, and hopefully I draw into an untapped land that I can make, oh shit. I don't want to bounce that back to his hand. That is awful for me. That completely screwed up my plans. If I bounce this back to his hand, I'm just giving him more lands. I was really hoping he just played a regular ass creature. Okay, we'll play the Frostlinks. That's perfect. We'll tap his gate. Now we can swing for 1, and let's hope we get a land here, because we could still play 1 for the turn. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Come on, land. We need you, baby. You got a lot in decks. We've dealt with mana floods before. Give me some mana right now. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now Frostlink stays tapped, So now whatever creature he plays, we can bounce back, and we're going to get additional attacks going through. This guy is still going to be tapped. And this turn we should be able to play 2 creatures. Or we could play the 1 irregulars. I think we'll probably... I can't believe that freaking thing. Why does he keep playing these freaking things? Ugh, this is the worst. I wanted to bounce back an actual creature. I don't think we're going to get the card draw this time, guys. I'm not bouncing any of this back because it's just bad news for me if I do. So I'm gonna play these creatures, and we're not gonna get a hit with this, unfortunately, but whatever. We drew a land anyway, so that's fine. All right, so we're gonna play both of these, the River Marshal and the Lieutenant. Let's just attack first, though, because there's no reason not to. So we'll attack first with both of these. He's gonna block both, likely this with this, that with that, so he keeps his wall. He might just take this damage, actually. He might just take the 2. Okay, he does choose to block it. That's good. Good for me. Doesn't kill any of my creatures, loses 1 of his. And now we're gonna play both of these. Oh, maybe I should have played the Irregulars, because the Irregulars does let us tap a creature for just 2 mana. Yeah, maybe I should have played the Irregulars instead. I don't know, though. This also lets me go wide, which will help offset if he plays in... We'll see. We'll see. I'm just a little peeved about his 2 frickin' Gate Creepers. That card sucks for me. Sucks a lot. That's good. So I can play this and bounce. This is fine. This is fine. I'm gonna bounce back his big guy and tap one of his walls is what I'll do. Okay. And then we bounce back the big guy. Which triggers her prowess, which is very nice. Okay, so now we're gonna be able to swing for quite a bit. So he either, well, if he blocks her, then his thing dies. He's gonna block the 2/1, his thing dies anyways. This is very good. With all of our tap effects, there's a good chance he can't do anything. If he plays that 6/6 again, we've got several ways to tap it. We'll have the Irregulars, we'll have this for 4 to tap target creature. We just drew a card, Claustrophobia. That's another way to tap his thing. In fact, that's probably what we'll end up using. This guy's gonna stay tapped from Frostlinks. If he just replays his big dude, he's done. It's not completely dead, but he's pretty screwed. All right, so he's gonna play that. I guess we just Claustrophobia it. It's just gonna keep it tapped for several turns. Just play the Frostlinks. Gets us another creature in play. Whereas the Claustrophobia wouldn't. And this should keep him tapped long enough for us to just win. So we're going to go ahead and swing 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus the card draw. And we should just win next turn. Chances are good. We should be able to just win next turn. He's going to be at 2 health. He's watching damage effects. I'm guessing he just conceded the game. I don't know. There's a card draw of a land. This lets us play Claustrophobia. We don't have to, though. So I'll just sit on it. We'll just sit on Claustrophobia. He needs, like, a massive board clear, which green doesn't really have. Unless he fills the board with tokens right now. He's donezo. In fact, I think we can afford... No, we can't. I was going to say, could we afford a Claustrophobia as well as tap with the Dauntless, but we can't. So it's a 2/3 with Death Touch. He needs to be able to block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures. He can block 2. Maybe 3 if he gets another creature out for 1. Doesn't look like he had that possibility as he has left the game. So we go ahead and play this. We Claustrophobia. And why don't we troll the wall a little, troll the AI a little bit. Troll the AI by tapping even more. Claustrophobia that, tap that. Prowess pumps up these creatures even more. Now, I'm not an expert, but I'm gonna say that this has been a fairly successful deck. And if you'd like to learn about the deck, check out the link in the video description below. Courtesy of No Goblins Allowed, I believe it was Mega Beast who came up with the list, but you'll see that in the link either way. That has been Force. This has been Friday Night Magic. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.